And we are finally back. It's warm, guys. Summer's here.
So nice.
Yes, and some of you
Definitely
guys,
here, yeah.
yeah, we're not used to this. We're polar bears. Some more bear than others, I guess. And, well, I guess some of you guys actually started your vacations now. Have you?
Yeah. For me, I start tomorrow. Tomorrow's my
Nice.
last day at work for summer.
Nice. Nice.
Just in time for all the rain.
And Tor, your
After today, I'm taking vacation. I'm taking a vacation from a day job, but I'm gonna take vacation from this as well.
good to know.
Just a week or so.
Oh well, you know, just
Yeah, well.
you know, people need to relax. So I'm all for that. So yeah, last time we made this beautiful guy from scratch, and today we're gonna see if we can finish him. I have no idea if we're gonna spend 3 hours finishing this guy or whatever. But you know, if worst comes to worst, um, yeah, I'm just gonna find something else and start that. So you know, things are gonna happen.
There are
But
plenty of
yeah.
illustrations left for the game,
Oh
so you
yeah,
have a lot
tons
to
of them.
choose for. You have a lot to choose
Tons of
for.
them. Yeah. So yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
You know, generally I did another one yesterday, just warming up for this one. So I did another illustration from the game. A character
Oh, that's
called
nice.
the
Yeah,
Blathering Scald.
that is nice.
So I mean he's not as fancy as Matafaka on the other side here, but you know it's okay.
He has a steam-powered loot.
He has a steam-powered loot. Yes, he has a nuclear reactor on his back that serves as his, you know, speakers and stuff. So you know that's he's pretty serious about what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um. So that's that, and today it's gonna be this guy. We're gonna flesh him out a little bit. I think mostly I'm just gonna work on
Flesh him out
colors.
even more than he already is.
Well, he does have a lot of flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, but no, we are going to fix him up a little bit, give him some definition and colors and stuff. But that's not going to happen unless I start doing it instead of talking about it. Yeah, let's start there.
That is true.
Yeah. So let's see what we can do about this marvelous creature.
Last time you made all the shadows and highlights, so today would be more or less just using flat colors.
It is
Control.
flat colors. It's I mean, I'm gonna keep it pretty rough like this because it suits the medium in a way. But I merely started some of the highlighting. I did not finish it. There was just not enough time. So I'm gonna continue the highlights, much in the same way as I did before. Yep. And oh well, there we are. We are off. So yeah, we start the highlights, and once we get to some satisfying degree of highlighting, we're gonna start playing with colors and stuff. Because right now it's just a flat color. This is basically just a glorified pencil sketch at this point. So
Kinda looks like a wood carving, because of the color choices.
yeah, it kind of does. I do quite like that. I mean, the color choice was actually just inspired by you know, red clay.
Yeah.
I sort of just felt like, yeah, that's the look. That's what I'm gonna go for the sketch. Because I always do change up whatever colors I put in my bases and stuff. Um, Now, but actually, this creating the guy itself, that's super fun. You just get to sort of play by ear and see where you end up, and then suddenly you have this character. But it's actually this process here of picking out lights, like highlights and stuff, that I really enjoy, because it just every single thing I do just makes it look that more finished.
Yeah,
So it's super good.
I've been kind of thinking about this guy before we started the stream,
Yeah,
and I'm kind of wondering, is this the Sealening's version of Kingpin?
I mean it definitely could be, and I have sort of thought about the same thing, though, like privately to myself. I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely could be some sort of Kingpin-esque character, or or something or another,
Well,
because it does fit
he's
it.
clear. Yeah,
No, no,
you first.
no, please.
All right. Well, he's clearly a warlord
Mm,
or
clearly.
some kind of bandit king.
Yeah, some jarl of sorts,
Yeah.
a high-ranking mercenary. I mean, the title of the game is Heroes of the Sealening, and I said it in earlier streams. I always think that the characters that you encounter in the game are also heroes in their own right.
Yeah, many of them could be.
Yeah. Um, so it might be possible that
Yeah.
he is in fact something like that, some high ranking thing, and not just a monstrous person. Though he is rather monstrous as well.
He is someone who aspires to be doing the hero's job, and it's just a competition to be the one who actually does complete the game.
Yeah, and since he's an NPC, he ain't got a chance in hell, but he doesn't know that. So and that is the bane of all NPCs. Really, they don't really have a shot at the title.
Are you saying that NPCs' existences are predetermined?
It's very deterministic. It depends on the NPC, but yeah, I've never met a self-determined NPC before.
Nah, that's true.
'Cause
If
that
if
would
they
be
do become,
AI.
they kind of nah. But if they do, they kind of become game master PCs.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is probably the closest. But even those are slightly nerfed in comparison, depending on the GM.
They can also be buffed depending on the GM.
Yeah, it depends if you have the type of GM that likes playing with themselves. Yeah. Quoting one of your favorite movies.
Uh,
Man, what was that?
what was it?
It was
It was the Dead Gentleman who
yeah,
made them.
yeah,
It was their cyberpunk movie.
yeah.
No, Shadowrun. No, cyberpunk.
I think it was Cyberpunk. Yeah, it didn't have any orcs or dwarves in it. As far as I remember anyways. I could be wrong.
Long, long time since I saw it.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing how he becomes when we start getting some color on his rosy cheeks.
Yeah, and also I'm thinking like this is, we're doing Norse punk, and these characters they're rough, they're super rough. Uh, they're clearly they have this gear and these items and stuff that are very much handcrafted, somewhat high tech for their age.
Yeah.
You know, but so I'm also thinking like to just bring it further into the whole punk thing. Kind of need to decorate this guy.
Yeah, but that does actually kind of fit in with the Norse as well, because Scandinavians during the Viking Age um, did have a culture of well, peacocking.
Yeah, amazing peacockery. I was like, if there was a fur that was particularly sweet and swank from somewhere, or just some plumes, feathers, whatever.
Oh,
Damn right, we're gonna have some of that.
Show your wealth and how exotic you are. It was not unusual to have silks from the east, actually.
Yeah, I know.
no, exactly.
Yeah, they totally did. And what's worse, I mean, you know, they all carried gold if they could. I mean,
Yeah,
they blinged up,
they did.
and you know, hilariously enough, I don't know, not even hilariously. It's just that's just a sign of time we live in. But the most manly color, according to a Viking, was pink,
Yes,
which is so
and
cool.
and this guy has a walking chair.
This guy has a walking chair. I mean, he's got a handicap, but he's definitely not handy capable.
Well, he definitely is handy capable with that chair.
Yeah. What did I say? The opposite? Oh.
Yeah, you said the opposite.
Well, idiot. There you go. Yeah, no. This guy is sort of dangerous. Though he is a low level encounter.
Yeah, but low level doesn't mean not powerful.
No, low level can still kill you. You just have a higher chance of dealing with him.
And when you get to the like higher level encounters too, I think there's less of the humanoid ones, and we start meeting stuff like
Robotics.
giant robots.
Yeah. You have the robot ones. I can think of maybe 3 or 4 different types of robots just on top of my head.
Lots of monsters and trolls and such.
Yeah, like folklorish things. Not
Yeah,
just not just Viking folklore, but Scandinavian folklore from newer ages and stuff. So we're mixing in a little bit of fairy tale as well.
yeah.
I'm just
Because
saying that.
who
No,
doesn't like a good fairy tale?
oh no, I love them. They're just so weird and weirdly inappropriate.
Horrible, horribly traumatic.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And, like basically anything involving the Ash lad is like, this guy's the hero. He's a bit of a douche.
He's a rogue.
He is a rogue.
He's a little scamp.
I mean, the things that dude does in the stories is basically like, yeah, just get the fuck out of our house. You're useless. And he's like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go with my brothers for
Oh,
some reason.
yeah.
And then he ends up just doing jack shit for the entire adventure and still wins. Like, wow. Great moral.
He uses smarts.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it's
Like,
smarts
like
and smarts, cleverness, and a little bit of compassion. It does.
yeah, like he is basically, if we're going for English speaking versions of him, he's Jack.
Yeah, he is. He's Jack.
He's an asshole.
Definitely an asshole. But I guess he's the people's asshole.
Oh, yeah, he's not the people's champion.
No.
He's a people's asshole.
I was like, yeah, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
He's the opposite of Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's not your friendly neighborhood anything. I mean, he essentially ends up being Tony Stark in the end.
How many kingdoms did he inherit in the end?
I don't even know. I
He
mean,
always gets half the kingdom
yeah,
with the
and
princess.
a princess. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking at least 3 or 4 half kingdoms.
yeah.
And a whole lot of domestic problems.
Uh, maybe they had a happy polyamorous relationship.
Well, it's gonna be tough getting that with like 3 or 4 different princesses and everyone being cool with it.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 of them are like, ah, okay, that's cool, yeah, whatever, we can share. We got some
Well,
power and whatever, and he's not all that, but whatever. I don't know.
no, no, true. But at the same time, it does say they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
But
Well,
then you got shows like Fables.
yes. I guess happily ever after in the end, it was it didn't quite survive that way because people weren't expected to live as long.
And they managed to live to the ripe old age of 29.
Yes. Oh man, I just recently caught Gallivant on Disney. Have you guys seen that?
No, no, no.
Oh my god.
But tell us about it.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Uh, Comedy series. It's fantasy, and it's a full-blown musical, and it is funny and just dumb as hell. I greatly recommend it. Because it does all the does all the fairy tale tropes
Yeah?
and just makes a mockery out of all of it very
Okay.
well.
All right.
Yeah, I mean there's even like a super depressing love song between a scullery maid and a chef at the castle about how love is not it's not for them, but they got it anyways, even though they will both die before they're 25 probably. It's like it just yeah, you got horrible breath, yeah, and your teeth are falling out, like yeah, well we got each other, it's fine. Nah, it's a great laugh. I was cracking up for the entire series. I basically just binged it.
Okay.
So
I binged Umbrella Academy
yeah.
recently, and having a footloose dance contest or dance off in the first episode was a good sign.
Footloose.
Footloose.
Ah, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I prefer the Flashdance version, but I'll take anything really.
Uh, it has a really really great soundtrack, and I think this is actually the best season so far.
Let's see, it's on the third season now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So that's probably it. If we are going by how Netflix cancels their shows.
yeah. Also, arguably, most series they don't really do very well in terms of writing and content once they get past the infamous fourth season.
Yeah,
Usually, just it's a sudden drop in quality.
yeah, that's true. Just look at Doctor Who.
Well, I'm pretty sure we passed the
Nothing.
fourth season a long fucking time ago on that one.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You're talking about the fourth season of the modern iteration, I guess.
Nah, nah. I like Doctor Who. I really do.
Yeah,
As-
me too.
I do believe that Christopher Eccleston is the best modern Doctor yet, though.
I think Christopher Eccleston was one type of Doctor, basically,
Yes. Every
and I think
version of the Doctor is
yeah,
different.
I think you can say that you feel that he's the best one because he wasn't the Doctor for very long. So it's like, oh yeah, it's all good.
That plus, I actually like Christopher Eccleston's acting
Yeah,
in other stuff as well.
yeah. Uh, well, not well. Well, actually, uh, Tor: Dark World
Yeah.
when he played Malekith under all that makeup.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, I wouldn't say that you know his performance saved the movie,
No.
but he didn't make it any worse.
It did its best.
Yeah, what he had.
Oh, what was the name of the woman who tried to fly around the world?
Amelia Earhart?
Yes, Amelia Earhart. He plays in the Amelia Earhart movie too,
Oh.
as her navigator.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, does a really good show in there.
Also, he plays the villain in G.I. Joe.
Yes, he does.
Uh, that's
I'm not going to try to make that voice.
no. That's a horrible movie, though. Jesus.
It is. It is.
All because Michael Bay made something out of Transformers. And suddenly Hasbro was like, oh, cool. We can make all our things into movies. Let's try
Yeah.
Battleship.
Yeah. Like, why not? Cluedo was already a movie.
That was actually a good movie.
Yes.
uh,
That doesn't make my statement untrue.
nope, that was just a comment. It was like that was actually okay. That was a good adaptation of a board game to movie. Um, I don't think they did that twice.
Supposedly, they made like 6 different endings for it.
Oh,
And it
that
was
is
supposed to be spread between different cinemas.
that is nice. That is nice. That is just meta. I love it. Of course, if it was your brother, he would know who was the real killer all along.
For some reason, he's really, really good at
Ah,
Cluedo.
yeah, he has just cracked the code. It is impossible to play him. Basically, you have to be in the know, and you have to be before him.
Yes.
It's the only way to beat him. Uh, Man, do you ever think that someone's gonna make movies and TV series out of our game?
Nah.
Uh, that's so sad.
Like
Would have been fun though.
may yeah, but like maybe like um maybe we can do what they did with the Expanse.
So what do they do with the Expanse?
Well, originally I think it was supposed to either be an RPG or an MMORPG.
All right, yeah.
And when that didn't work, they tried to make a book out of it. No, they didn't try to make a book out of it. Then they made a book out of it, and that got very successful, and they got a TV show.
So if all else fails, we'll just make a book.
Yes,
Well, I'm sure it's gonna work
under
for some
two
people.
different pseudonyms.
Under two different pseudonyms. Oh, okay. You have everything planned out, I hear. Well, this is why you're on the team. Thinking ahead for all of us.
You gotta get your own name though. Like I already got dibs on Lord Rapscallion.
Well, I could be Dr. Helmut Winkelbinder.
And then we'll tell the stories of Sealening. That would be cool.
Yeah. So, Tor, what is the story of the Sealening?
I don't know. We're never going to get to it because unfortunately we're going to be able to sell the game and get through and have fun.
Uh, well, you could just, tell the story for the people on the stream.
Woof. Oh. Oh. Improvisation. Shit.
I thought that was your bread and butter, dude. I'm sorry. Did I
Oh,
put you on
what
the
am?
spot?
No. Just give me little bit.
Can start off with the intro to the game itself.
No. We don't. We need to find something new, something original. Can't
Well,
tell
all
the
yours.
story about the Sealening itself.
The Sealening
Uh,
itself.
yeah, because that's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the game is actually the resealing. So the,
Yeah.
the sealing itself happened long ago. This is just repairing what the gods are starting to destroy
Everything.
again.
Everything's up for change still.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
But slice of life. Slice of life. That's always nice. So, as people know, there are some technological oddities in the Sealening universe, and most of it is run on something called the Muspelstone, uh, which is highly radioactive. Um,
Or
which is something
blessed,
there
I guess
isn't
these guys think.
much. Hmm?
Or blessed, I guess these guys would think it is. I don't know.
Uh, it boils water.
Damn right it is.
That it was is what it does,
Yeah.
and that
Glows
is
faintly in the
how
night.
yes, and that is how you get the very rudimentary nuclear reactors.
That is a sentence that should never be uttered. No.
but yes.
Yeah, clearly, yes.
Um, so most of the cities in the Sealening universe does have somewhat of a background radiation to it,
Oh,
and
Norway, as it is right now.
I think
a
I.
bit higher.
A bit, maybe, yeah.
Remember, you have like hundreds and thousands of these mini nuclear reactors walking around.
And if I remember the map I drew a while back, there was some huge craters.
There was.
Yeah.
Um, some of them might be a meltdown, others might be something else.
Ooh,
But yeah,
that's true.
back to the slice of life. Um, so most people that are in the higher castes of society um, would be, but not noble or anything, would be like someone who ran an artisan guild, for example.
Mm.
They would usually wake up pretty early in the morning, around 5, uh, turn on their Muspel driven radios while eating some kind of exotic fruits and meats from, yeah, around the Horn of Africa. Because there is trade in this universe. Most of the Norse influence during the Viking Age was trade. Of course, the conquests did have an impact in real life, but mostly in our universe, trade is what the Norse brought to Europe, seaborne trade. Um, but yeah, he would listen to his radio and eat a fancy dinner imported from the far south. Uh, Later in the day, when it was would be going to the office, uh, there would be lots of workers. Most of them may be Southern European descent. Some of them immigrated, others born in the Norse Empire of Northern Europe. And yeah, they would be working like heavy machinery. Again, run by pretty large muscle powered engines inside the factories. Later, after work, after dealing with local trade politics and such, would probably go with their families, find a show somewhere. This is this is like the higher levels of society doing that. Uh, yeah, gotta figure out how I ban someone.
Oh, look at that. Mm. I don't know what's worse, the fact that people like that exist.
This is probably
A
a
bot, but
bot, yeah.
yeah, but the fact that they exist or the fact that they just keep on existing because they probably work. I don't know.
They probably do work in some capacity.
Cast a
It's
wide
basic.
enough net, I guess.
Yeah, like it's basically the same as sending out an advertising link, just lower effort. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, like after work, probably go and see a show. Most of the events here would be heavily influenced by alcohol, because as we've said many times, this is supposed to be a very decadent society. A lot of hedonism in the ruling ethnographic, like ethnic group.
Just to help set this scene a little bit more, you describe what kind of era this is.
Uh, what era this is? Like this would be around the
Like what's
A bit
this?
like
earlier than the Industrial Revolution in our world, isn't it?
A bit
yeah, it's
earlier.
around the 16 and hundreds.
It's about. I'd say it's time wise. It's probably that. It's probably a bit earlier than our industrial revolution, but we're also thinking that the industrial revolution is a bit early
Yeah,
in the
yeah, the
setting.
industrial revolution has already happened in the society. They have large machinery in their factories producing wares.
So it's a medieval society with unionized workers.
I don't know. Yeah, there are unions. There is there is an encounter which does support the union.
Yeah, there's a union leader that you have to fight at some point.
Yeah,
Or it's one of the stronger encounters, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
one of the strongest.
For
So
some
weird.
reason,
So weird. uh,
but the working class and the slaves do not live luxurious lives in this setting. There you have a lot of like smog. You got dangerous working conditions, unsafe machinery. Um, like the
rogue robots.
rogue rogue robots. Yeah, like except for that, it is very early industrial era safety laws.
Yeah, there's none.
There's none.
Safety law? What is this? Safety suggestion? Hardly even heard of it.
And unlike a lot of Viking society, it is a very hierarchical society. Like that, there is a noble caste that runs most everything.
Yeah. It's sort of a
So not
meritocracy,
just
though.
the chief and or king and his jarls.
No, no, no. Uh, y- think think a lot like the um, Italian republics. Like you got like no, it's not a republic per se, but more like
City states.
not city states, but you got the noble patricians,
Hmm.
like the noble houses that would fight for the right to be the leader, like more like a elective monarchy
Hmm.
where only certain families and noble houses would have a vote.
So elector counts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Hmm. Don't remember what that is called anymore.
like in the German states, it's what's they were the what, elector princes. No,
Hmm.
that was the elector counts. Yeah, I don't really remember myself. The highlights are looking really good.
Yeah, he pops a bit more. Just gonna have to do the skull before I continue on, I think.
What kind of animal is it?
That
Wow!
might just be a grafted thing.
Wow! I was going for a cow skull, but I
Yeah,
didn't actually use a reference, so it's a fucking monster of sorts. It might be like John says, it might be grafted together of something. Uh, this is not a nose horn, though it does look like it. Maybe it is a nose horn.
Might be.
I would have to decide this now, or I'll just draw it in such a way that it could definitely be a nose horn, or it could also be something else.
so it's not a moose, but a moons.
A moons,
Yeah,
a moonserd, maybe. I don't know. Some ungodly mixture between a cow, a moose, and a lizard.
Considering all the multiple stones that are in society, might very well be.
Well, as
magical radioactivity.
yes, magical radioactivity, but no, there is magic in this world. So it could literally be something not normally found in our world.
True. Like
I
here
mean,
be dragons.
here be dragons. I mean, we have all sorts of other weird stuff, drawn directly from folklore and fairy
Actually, I'm not
tales. So
sure if we have
we
dragons.
don't have dragons. No,
Do we have worms?
no.
Closest would be Komodo Island dragons, maybe, but
Well, it depends.
or the alligators and
Actually,
crocodiles.
I
Oh, I
don't.
was talking the in game.
I don't
Me
remember.
too.
I don't remember what was in the story mode.
That was a mechanical monstrosity.
Ah, dragon-esque mechanical monstrosity, or just mechanical monstrosity. I mean, we definitely have
Like
trolls and stuff.
we got trolls and stuff, yeah.
Actual
But
worms, not so sure.
yeah, I'm kind of disappointed if we don't have worms.
Worms
But
would be if Midgardsormr is a thing.
Oh yeah,
Ah, you got more of those.
yeah.
Like,
Worms, you have drakes too. You know, like Sigurd Drakedreper.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there are
And you got a
kind of
worm
dragons.
in our municipality as well.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah, in
Usually,
Hornindal.
usually sea serpents or lake serpents. Little Nessies all over the place.
Little middies.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Brilliant. Lovely. Even. Okay. Let's see.
Now to put on his face.
Yes. Now to put on his face. Let's see. Just gonna copy that one for whatever reason. And let's see.
Nice and pasty.
That's horribly pasty. Like right now, I'm wondering, like, does he have body here?
Yes. I think he does.
Yeah, if it was completely bare, it would be a little bit weird, I think. So let's see if we can give him some body here.
Or maybe he actually enjoys waxing.
So a bit of an easier task for you to. What is this guy's story?
This guy's story?
Yeah,
Oh,
where did he come from? Why is he here? Where is he going?
Cotton Eye Joe. This guy. Oh, most likely he's a yeah, some kind of mercenary captain or bandit captain or something. Because if you're gonna be this size and still go out like this, you would have to have a reason to fight any need people around you. Probably it was a pretty good fighter in his youth.
But he's only
Uh,
25.
yeah, yeah. Maybe he got his. Maybe he had most of this action in it when he was 16.
Yeah. I'm not seriously saying he's 25, but no, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But no. Like he would probably have been a pretty decent fighter in his younger days. To be able to afford such a luxurious mode of transportation. Um, so yeah, like might also be a mafia hitman. Is there a mafia
I don't
in the
know,
Sealing
Tor.
universe?
Is there a
We
mafia,
do have
Tor?
the Nizzer.
We do
We
have
do have
this.
the Nizzer. That little gnome.
with his troll henchman.
With his troll henchman, yeah.
Wood troll henchman.
Wood troll and it's true. Oh man.
So there's at least some kind of gnome run organized crime in this universe.
Like at very least gnome run. Uh, then probably
Yeah.
a lot other stuff as well.
Well, like if it's gnome run, it is Fey run.
Yeah.
Oh, you did not catch it.
No, I did not.
Fey run, the
Right, of course.
Yeah, it didn't help.
nah.
D&D. So D&D setting.
Oh, fair run.
One of the worlds.
Ah, fair run. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Not
It
huge on
took me a
D&D.
minute as well.
Yeah, I'm not huge on D&D. So definitely needed the help on that one. Thank you.
So yeah, this guy could also be a henchman for some kind of organized crime syndicate or run one for that sake. If he's a kingpin like character, lots of stuff that can be guessed. Uh, I'm not really ready to put anything like this and chisel it into stone yet. There's already been so many changes to the setting, so maybe wait until we get closer to having something more solid.
Yeah, well, that's your prerogative, really. I mean, when you're writing the story and everything, you're the one at liberty to change the story and the details and decide what's what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is more for fun, basically, just musing around a subject, what could be.
Yeah.
And musings are good because it informs what could be and might also find its way into something else eventually. So it's all pretty nice. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Get some staples in him.
Gold staples.
Silver or metallic, at least.
Yeah. They look really clean though. So far.
He is not done.
Yeah, I know, I know. But so far they look pretty clean.
They do. Might be aluminium.
Might be aluminium, but maybe we should make him a little bit dirtier. But I want something that pops out a little bit, that does not mix into his skin as much. Then again, it's always hilarious if it's a metal that we know is toxic.
Lead is a bit
Copper.
too soft. Copper isn't really toxic in that way.
Or was it tin?
Tin,
No, 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 not
maybe.
tin, but bronze. Bronze. It was either copper or bronze that people used to make goblets out of, and it kind of poisoned them, wasn't
Tin,
it?
tin was because tin contained lead. Bronze is still used as jewelry, actually.
Bronze is nickel and copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, copper is also possible to use as jewelry in smaller quantities, at least.
Some people do react to it though.
Yeah, it's very individual.
Uh, Okay, I'm just gonna move away from the. Let's see, from the staples right now. Just quickly give him a nice and unhealthy tooth coloring.
Amethyst grills.
Amethyst grills. Let's see. Since he's a big guy, I guess she has him flushing.
Yes, give him a little bit of blush. Either it's alcohol damage or he has actually bought makeup from the Middle East or something.
Could be Rosanea.
Yeah.
That's a very pink nipple.
Yeah.
It's a little bit too pink.
Very manly nipples.
Very, very manly nipples. Let's see. I'm gonna. Ah, still not there.
Nah. So this is what we're going to spend the next hour on. Deciding nipple color.
It's an important
Hopefully
part.
the algorithm doesn't stop this when we put it on YouTube.
Oh, well, you know.
Uh, but yeah, what have you guys been up to lately?
Well, it's mostly been
Work?
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's work and, the regular. Getting my comic ready, etc.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's it.
yeah, pretty
Work,
much.
comics, and this.
Yeah. So basically, work.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mostly just work all the time.
You got some time off for the weekend though.
Uh, yeah, I'm not that good at that, to be honest. Kind
You're
of,
not that good with that.
nah, just shutting down. Nah, not too good at that. It's usually something that I need to get done, or at least I feel I need to get done. So I'm just gonna get it done. Um,
Yeah, but you know what else you need to get done?
self-care.
Self-care.
Yeah, but sometimes getting shit done is actually self-care.
That is true until it becomes unhealthy.
Yeah. When does it get unhealthy though?
When you start burning out,
What if
maybe
what
a bit before that.
probably a bit before that.
What about you, Jon? So that we don't end up being a psychology stream.
And you ask him? What the hell?
Yeah, well, to me it hasn't been much else than work. Well, last weekend was fun
Oh,
with
yeah.
the beer festival.
Nice. How long were you there?
Well, I was so out of it on Saturday, so I didn't manage to get out until well, it had already been going on for almost 6 hours. But
Wow.
I spent the evening, Saturday evening. That was fun.
And there was still beer.
A lot of beer, but I drank a lot of mead actually.
Meat is good.
It is.
Mead is very good.
So
So
they had that too on a beer festival. That's pretty nice.
yeah, they had that. Someone had a lot of cider, and
Yeah,
there were several different types of beer,
nice.
local, both from local breweries in Norway and also some from England, from UK, I think, and a few others.
Okay. And this was in the city where you live.
Yeah, they have it actually every year.
Oh, you better tell us next time it is.
And probably about the same time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember that then.
No.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to tell you.
Those are some nice blue colored pants.
Yeah, are they too nice in blue?
Nah.
I think they can actually maybe be a bit nicer.
Okay, do you have a suggestion here?
How about a vertical stripe?
A vertical stripe.
Yes, down the pant legs.
Okay.
So kind of like a military pants.
Are you thinking about a white stripes?
No, maybe I was thinking black.
Black. Okay.
But
Yeah,
now
yeah,
that you mention white stripes, I do get the connection.
yeah. Should this guy also have red hair?
No, we are
No,
no,
we're not doing that.
no, we're not doing that.
No. We might put in some black stripes. Probably more stripes would be, I don't know, more realistic in a way, as if his pants are just cobbled together by lots of various strands of fabric. Sort of like so.
Yeah,
See, already better. Yeah, good suggestion.
my partner is now setting a timer for the beer festival.
You know what's gonna happen now? It's like, oh, that your what is it, Google thing? It's gonna notify you, and you're gonna be like a mad scramble. It's like, oh shit,
Oh, it's today.
God, we completely forgot about this. Oh no, 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 no.
It's only 3 hours.
Now he kind of reminds me of an ogre from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. If I gave him a gut plate as well,
Yes, then it
then
would
it would
definitely.
definitely be an ogre. Yeah. Also, sort of reminds me of the ogre picture that we made of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. Does have the chance.
Does have the chins, the chinny chins. There are so many
Yeah,
chins.
does have the teeth.
For those who want to take a look at it, go to our website and look at the news. Some of the older news. It's the photo of one of the older news posts.
Yeah, Tombs Foundry, board games and really bad jokes. And we really try to live up to that name.
Yeah,
We really do. We
we
really do.
really do.
Okay.
Oh, that's getting pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's do his wrappings, I guess. Let's see.
What material are they?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Uh, Maybe just linen, like dirty
No,
linens, but that's basically like a dirty linen color already. Uh,
They kind of look like
made.
leather right now.
I mean, it could be leather.
The other linen
Yeah,
is more grayish.
Oh, gray could work. Grayish yellow.
That could work. Really,
I mean,
like natural linen uh, with a lot of sweat stains.
oh yeah, that would definitely just go over to like an orange at some points.
Yeah.
So try not to paint too hard so that the underlying color shines through. Gives it a little bit more variation.
I'm not sure if that's a bit too samey with the
Yeah,
skin color.
yeah. I tend to agree. It's a little bit too bandagey too. So
Try to
What?
get put a more
you did
like a
say
dark yellow color.
like a dark yellow, like an ochre.
Yeah, or more towards yellow green. Maybe not that much. Just stains more or less.
Actually, maybe you should try the thing you also said, leather. Let's try on an actual brown of sorts.
What about maybe silk?
Silk.
Because then we can use whatever color we want.
Yeah, pretty much. Silk.
That looks like dirty bandages.
Yeah. Let's try something else.
Reverse the colors.
Hmm?
Control Z.
What?
Maybe try just going back and
Oh, it's not.
removing the colors
It's
again. Try again.
not even worth it. I just paint over. In the spirit of things, just
I actually kind of like that.
sort of minty green, ish.
It's actually not half bad.
Yeah, but it doesn't match with the pants.
Doesn't match with the pants. No, it doesn't. And if we,
So more royal blue then.
What about like teal?
Yeah, it's either that or some kind of periwinkle.
Periwinkle blue, mate. The fuck is that though? Wow, that's offensive. Okay, okay. Here's the backstory. He went on a raid and he killed a cardinal or a pope or something. Nah, shit. That's
I think we might be overcomplicating this.
yeah, we are. I'm just a little bit lost at where the fuck I'm going with this. Anyways, let's see. Let's
Maybe
let's make
darker
it.
leather again.
Yeah, darker leather. That's exactly what I was gonna go for. Like when in doubt, leather.
It's boring, but it works.
Yeah, unfortunately, super true. Well, that's dull as fuck, but whatever, it works. Okay. uh, I,
Unfortunately,
I,
you sometimes have to make that choice.
I have to make that choice all the time. It's like, ah, well, that's like shit.
But we could also just go the full punk and have wildly, wildly colorful palettes.
Yeah, but it's like I don't want this to be totally like crazy to
it,
look at.
it's not a jester,
Um,
and yes, they like to punk. They like to stand out, but not that much.
I don't know. I kind of like the old pink mohair, pink mohawk orc.
Yeah, they are cool, but we need to think about who this guy is to know what colors he would prefer.
I tend to go towards earthen colors, usually, especially when doing more fantasy themed stuff, because those nature colors are usually what would be easy to get hold of,
Yeah,
and and then it's sort of fine to just go a little bit off the beaten path to find other things that might be good for accents and stuff. Like his pants, that's not like a regular color. It's sort of actually it's very close to the sort of blue you can get from boiling yarn and piss, which is how people usually got blue back in the day.
yeah, except if you lived in Egypt.
Mm.
Yeah, they did have access to a few compounds and minerals that actually could create a pretty vivid blue, but it was hella expensive.
Yeah. So the least expensive way to get blue back in the day was just to have everyone drink a lot of beer, pee in a bucket.
Throw in yarn, boil.
Yep.
Unusual. Yeah.
It's pretty much the thing.
Those are some spiffing knee protectors, though.
Ah, well, sort of needs to project outwards. It's like, yeah, look at my fancy rims. Now that I've said that, I sort of want to make them into spinners, but I'm not going to do that.
Fidget spinners on his knees.
No, well, fidget spinners, sure, but like spinner rims,
Yeah, spinner
Yeah.
Yeah,
rims.
spinner rims. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
in in the same vein, when you were talking about look at my rims, I was thinking about, huh, what can we do with the chair legs,
Yeah.
the spider legs, chair legs?
Crab legs?
If they're crab legs, this chair should go sideways. That would be inconvenient.
Well, sure, if you're going by the normal crab. But there are crabs who actually walk forwards.
It is our sci-fi universe. It can walk whichever way it wants.
Whoops.
Yeah, although if it could only walk to, to the sides, it would be fucking hilarious. It's just such a bad design choice that could so easily have been remedied, but no one did. See.
Isn't that like gun barrels on the side of his chair?
Yes, it is.
It walks forward.
Yeah, observation is done. It does walk forward. It walks forward so he can hit things more easily with his axe. His rocket axe.
This is a 40k chair. It's like if the space wolves and orcs made something together.
Yeah, basically it is. This is this is basically what the orcs did when they raided the space wolves. And and on top of it, instead of a great unclean one, we have a great clean one.
Yeah,
Yeah, which actually maybe we should just go and actually give him some body here. Let's see if we can find a way
So,
to
what
do.
color hair did he have?
Well,
Green?
green?
Maybe he has dyed his hair.
I don't know. Let's start with some hairy nipples.
maybe it's bioluminescent
God damn.
from all the
That is horror.
radioactivity from his chair. That is pretty horrible. Yeah. This is some badass scars he got though.
Yeah, it sort of says something about the guy. I mean, it's not that much difficulty, just getting yourself a shirt. But this guy, he clearly chooses to display his scars. You want people to know this,
Yeah.
probably as part of psychological warfare.
Yeah. Like if he had a beard, he might have done what Blackbeard used to do and put gunpowder in it. No, fuses, fuses.
Yeah, fuses.
Now the big question is, does this guy like dogs?
Yeah, you're right. That is a big question. I think that will
That's
define whether or not I like this person at all.
mhm. Now remember, some of the biggest monsters in history were dog people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go any further with that because then I will Godwin it. But yeah, some of the world's biggest monsters. Nixon.
Do we know if a certain hmm, yeah, I don't even want to say his name. A certain German or Austrian despot.
A certain Austrian despot, yes.
Yeah. Was that a dog or a cat person?
That was a dog person.
Hmm.
Famously so.
I don't know. Sounds like type of conspiracy nonsense that the cats would put out.
It's either them or they're squirrels.
Oh, it could definitely be the squirrels. Where I used to live in Bournemouth, there was like gray squirrels everywhere. You just knew you're gonna meet some squirrels when you're out riding your bike somewhere. I was like, yeah, totally every day.
Yeah.
And they were so used to people they didn't even give a shit. I,
I'm,
I remember
why?
once where I stopped my bike at one point and I was waiting for a friend. It was lagging behind me and I just looked over my shoulder and there were two squirrels stood inside of a bush and it looked like they were having a conversation. So I was just staring at them while they were chittering away at each other, and then they both stopped and they just turned to look at me, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna go now." Yeah, just minding my own business. It's cool. You just do your thing, squirrels.
I don't know if you have a lot of stuff to be afraid of if you can basically fall from the edge of the atmosphere towards the planet and still survive because you never hit terminal
No,
velocity.
they do hit terminal velocity.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean everything does. It's just they don't achieve as much velocity as we do.
Okay.
I think. John, you had a better grasp on this than I did.
all about surface area, air resistance, and they have a lot more surface compared to their weights than we do. So yeah, they do have a lower. They should have a lower uh, terminal velocity.
Some of them even have built-in flight suits.
Yeah, they do,
Yeah,
which is sort of awesome.
and they do have a fairly large parachute or a rudder to steer their
Yeah,
path.
that they do.
Now, just don't meet one that has a bad temper. Those claws are sharp.
Claws and teeth. Speaking of claws, looks like it's missing a bit of a highlight on the nails on his right hand.
Yeah, they are. I just drew in his nails on his right hand.
Yeah, they look painted on, right?
By definition, yes, they are.
Exactly.
uh,
Starting to look a lot less pasty.
I forgot his happy trail. God, why me?
Because none of us can do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
those are
that's looking pretty good.
the highlights. Cool. Good enough. uh, okay, let's see.
I
So he will
could.
have some stubble on his head.
Well, most people aren't completely bald.
That is true.
I sort of want like a very sparse population of hair on his head, though. Not as much that he's balding, more like he's so large that the space between the hairs have actually, yeah,
Separated.
yeah.
If he was a bit less fat, he would actually have a crew cut.
Yeah. So neck here. Some ruly neck here.
Does he have eyebrows?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe he does. I could try giving him some and see how it looks.
Or maybe just leave it not?
Not would be more terrifying.
Yeah, that's the point.
So
Like, he's bloody terrifying already with those completely white eyes.
yeah, I did kind of want to have some sort of color in there though.
I don't believe you. I think you're just joking with us now. You already thought they should just be blank. Maybe light up like the headlights of a Volkswagen. But then he wouldn't be a dude anymore. Then he would be some kind of freaky monster. So, have any of you guys seen anything good on TV or any streaming services lately?
Except Gallivant.
Yeah, you said Gallivant. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's good. Also, of course, most Marvel and Star Wars stuff, of course.
Yeah. What did you think about Obi-Wan?
No, I loved it from start to finish, and it really picked up in the end. I mean, there's plenty of people who've had lots of negative stuff to say about that, and they always do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that's pretty much just regular. But now, honestly, I really like that show. Um, I mean, it doesn't really bring much new to the table. That it
yeah.
doesn't.
Well, I don't know if I'll agree with you on that. We did not, like, in the original trilogy, we did not know that the Force could be that powerful.
No, we did not. Though it was sort of introduced as a possibility in the Force Unleashed games.
Yeah, and the Force Unleashed games, yeah.
And it was also treated sort of like that, though not to that power scale in the sequel trilogy.
True, but like in the new canon, you haven't like seen.
No,
Nah,
you haven't seen it,
like
and
the
I
yeah,
love how they didn't do Vader a dirty. You
they
know,
did not.
no, they did not. I mean, it's sort of procedural. Going in, if you know Star Wars, you know what's gonna happen. You know,
Ben
but
Kenobi's gonna survive.
Ben Kenobi's gonna
Like
survive, and the only way that could possibly happen is blah 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 blah, right?
yeah,
But they didn't do Vader a dirty at all. Uh, they basically just built up towards this ultimate grudge match of the century.
which ended in a draw.
Sort of.
Nobody died.
Nobody died, but it easily could not have been a draw.
It easily could not, but it's Obi-Wan Kenobi we're talking about.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's
He's a big softy.
yeah, but it's like he's a really good character, and Ewan McGregor's portrayal of Obi-Wan was my favorite part of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, I can see that. I understand that one.
Yeah, it's I always sort of felt that it would have been cooler if the story sort of followed his character
Hmm.
as a primary character instead of Anakin. But it's basically he is the Jedi that out Jedi's old Jedi's,
Yeah.
because while everyone just they experience loss on various scales and stuff, but Obi-Wan uh, kind of he kind of experienced all the worst loss you could potentially have, and he didn't end up like losing himself in the process. So that is pretty badass.
There was a lot of Easter eggs too
Oh yeah,
to more obscure characters and such.
yeah, it was. I mean, it's a great commentary on imperialism and stuff, really. And when you see Temuera Morrison portraying a clone trooper sitting on the streets, it's like, ah, well, yeah, okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
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 it's like nice in the form that, oh yeah, hmm, there's the guy that was created to fight all the wars for these people, now he's discarded. That's just super nice.
yeah. And then you have the you got the secret character showing up at the end, for example.
Yeah.
Like that's not an obscure character anymore.
No, no, it's not. It was a nice thing to see that. Uh, because you sort of, but it was one of those things that you kind of sat around waiting for in a way.
Mm,
I mean,
mm.
I think most fans of Star Wars that know the sequel, no, the prequel trilogy, they pretty much sat there with like a checklist of things they wanted to see,
Yeah,
and a lot of the blowback that the series got was basically based on how people were convinced that they were not going to get to see those things.
yeah, that and hating on third sister.
Before you start on the chair, on his feet, down at the bottom of the feet. See, here we go.
Yeah, sorry, my my screen is larger than what you guys see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, is it skin between the leg protectors and the sandals, or is that part of the
That's skin.
trousers? The skin, okay.
Yeah. Ever heard of cankles?
And really red, so they don't have much blood circulation.
Nope.
Nope.
It's a terrible condition.
It's fine.
It's a
It
reason
is
why
not fine.
it's not fine whatsoever. It's horrible. This guy is in pain. Shouldn't even be laughing, but then again, I created him this way,
Yeah.
so it's on me. But no, this entire thing right here. This is basically his very swollen feet and ankles.
That's water.
Yeah, and it's sort of like going over his little, foot pedal sandal thingies as well. It's quite horrible. I mean, cankles is a thing, but this is. I think this would be grounds for amputation, um, or at least some serious drainage. Nah, he's not doing too great.
Might be
There's a
why he's
reason
still
why
already sitting. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
this guy with those feet couldn't stand if he was able to.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate truth.
There's a reason why he's so irritable.
But just imagine all the things that he has accomplished despite his handicap.
Yeah,
Mm, still a
he
contender.
is. Yeah, still a mighty warrior.
Made a name for himself and everything.
He does look tired though.
Maybe he is close to considering to retire.
About 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, 5 days from retirement.
He's getting too old for this.
In reality, he's 80 years old. He just had a really shitty pension scheme, which just adds to his fury. Oh yeah, also he's got a huge back pillow. Let's see. Uh,
Valor.
yeah.
That looks to be working pretty good.
Got lucky with that one. Let's see. Just gonna first. Well, okay, cool. Yes. There. Now he's comfortable.
As comfortable as is possible on that chair.
Yeah, pretty much. Got himself some. I imagine probably like I don't know, either deer pelt or wolf. I don't know.
Let's say wolf.
Yeah, it's nice and soft. You know, warms his bum.
Makes it easier when he turns on the massage setting.
Shit, the massage setting is probably just him just turning it on in general. This is probably a man that weighs about like 600 kilos or something.
Woof.
I don't know. I feel that we have discussed this among ourselves before, but what's the world record like?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
That's fair
That
enough.
that is a form of damaging yourself that's not even fun to look at.
uh, the thing is, like, whenever I see stuff like that, I always ask myself, like, how? How is it possible? Like, from purely economic standpoint, even. I just can't get my head around it.
I think it works like any other addiction.
Mm, yeah.
And when there's not money for it, you make sure that there is money for it, however possible.
I would be so proud if someone managed to cosplay this guy.
Wow. Uh, I hadn't even thought of that. This is not a very cosplay friendly costume. No, I see how it is possible to do it. I mean, his body isn't much taller, like proportionally, than it would have been if it was just standing normally. So a person could totally just use this as some sort of like really big and unwieldy skirt and have his legs stick out at the bottom. That is actually fully possible.
Yeah. And a lot of latex.
Oh god, it would be so sweaty.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do it with foam.
Yeah, I know.
We could challenge Adam Savage to build it.
This is not a one-day build. I mean, that man can do amazing things in his one-day builds, but I don't think this is one.
No.
Uh,
Not a lot of his one day builds actually are one day. So,
yeah, still, but it's gotta.
but still, yeah.
I mean,
He
maybe if
go
we suddenly are like super famous and this is a big deal and whatever, then. But until then, shit.
No, it's still just a dream.
Yeah, nice dream though. I mean,
It's fun to imagine.
it's super fun, and it's. I actually know it is super fun when it happens because I have had. Uh, I have had people ask me if they can use my artwork as a basis for their cosplay. Like, not my original stuff, of course, but like uh, when I'm done various Star Wars pictures and stuff. People have asked me that, and I was like, yeah, that is super flattering. Go ahead. And they usually forget to send me the pictures of the finished costume, but you know, occasionally I Google it and I find it. And no, it's super fun when people do that. And but for people to do this for something that would be originally ours, it would be amazing. Just the thought of people actually spending their time and talents just doing that would be just pretty much one of the biggest
insane.
art honors I can think of.
So the reactor here, that's steel and gold.
Now I'm usually going
It's either brass, I
bronze.
guess.
Yeah, brass and bronze. Those are usually the
Ah,
themes I go by. Um, I mean, I do have like a serious love for bronze. I just I love the colors of it. The color of
It's
just both
beautiful.
clean bronze and also rusted bronze, where you get that
Yeah.
verdigris. It's verdigris is one of my favorite colors, so naturally I would get pretty weak around the knees when it comes to actual bronze. Let's see. But I figured for like a reaction chamber or a boiler and stuff, plate metal of sorts. Maybe they would actually do it in steel.
Bronze can't resist the forces involved, so
Mm.
they need to be in steel.
But since they're a fancy men of the world, these Vikings, still like to give them give them some discount gold, which is basically like brass and stuff, just so they have something extra, something gold adjacent.
I know it's a bit late, so I'm not asking for it to be done, but it would be kind of funny if you had press on nails. As part of his peacocking.
Yeah, I'm also thinking like maybe we should give him some tattoo stuff. I don't know, something gangland. I don't know. Uh, like a giant name tattoo all across his body, just going across here in I don't know, sort of Roman rune script.
Maybe Chinese symbol tattoos are popular in this time as well.
Oh, it's possible.
A lot of Chinese letters that doesn't really make sense for the Chinese.
Yeah, yeah, exactly those.
Well, we're not hinting that this guy being Chinese, of course,
No, 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 no.
or Asian for that matter.
White and ignorant.
White and ignorant, yeah.
Or maybe he isn't ignorant.
Maybe it actually says exactly what it's supposed to.
Or maybe he's too classy.
Could be, could be. Okay, I'm just gonna base the parts of the chair in like a regular gunmetal color.
Yeah,
Start
uh,
off there and see where we go after that, I think.
yeah. Bronze and copper would be too.
I would way too weak. It has to support his weight.
Yeah, exactly.
So, uh, also helps if I use the right brush. There we go.
Some panels can be brass, or
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, the overall
Details and stuff.
yeah the overall structure should be harder metals.
Yeah, probably something like actual sheet metal,
Sheet
thick
metal, wrought
steel,
iron.
stuff like that. Let's do.
This dude could be a Doom boss. Like visually.
Okay.
That was not enough guts flowing out of his belly and such that.
Not yet. But once you get the super shotgun, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
The guts don't come out until they're dead.
Yeah, then all of a sudden everything collapses. Then they're just having a bad day.
I actually really like this clean metal look on the chair.
At the very least, I'm gonna rust it a little bit, and might also do a little color switch on the pistons.
Some trim, maybe.
Maybe trim. Yeah.
Pistons are probably full of oil, so they.
Pistons will be full of oil, but I'm also thinking like, well, very simply put,
Yeah, much shinier.
yeah, because they see a lot of friction. Ah, no visible pistons over here. Okay. Maybe pick up the either bronze or brass for the little shields on the legs.
Bronze, I think.
Let's try that.
Brass, maybe. Brass would be a more standoutish color, that with a
Yeah.
golden sheen.
Let's try that.
Maybe chrome if it doesn't work.
That would take a lot more work on the shading part.
Oh, okay. Alright.
So let's hope this works.
The rivets should maybe be metal, be iron.
Maybe.
I think this will work.
Go and pick up the color of the bolts that I used before, so and do the rivets in that.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Maybe go bronze instead.
Make it darker. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking that might be right. Then I'll go over and give it all some rust afterwards. Also, need to do the lines and stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's something I forgot. Cool. Apparently forgot a set of hydraulic tubes and stuff.
Oh, we can't have that.
Nope, we cannot. We're gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I like that better. More toned down.
Yeah.
Okay, going back in. Yeah, it's a lot better. Let's see.
Is it possible to use cobalt for anything?
Cobalt.
Like as a metal?
Cobalt is usually a part of stainless steel, I think.
Huh.
I think it's part of it. Let's check. Cobalt steel is a type of high-speed alloy steel used primarily for cutting tools. So yeah, they use it to make really hard tool steel.
Does it turn the steel bluish?
The blue color is more like the tempering of the steel.
Oh, that's boring.
So it's a mixture of tungsten, chromium, and trace amounts of carbon with the
Tungsten.
steel. Yeah,
Shit.
so that's cobalt steel. The cobalt in itself is not a metal. It's a what's the word?
Alloy.
Alloy. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you.
M42 steel is the same thing.
All right. I thought you might be maybe found it naturally too.
Yeah, might be a little bit too advanced for this era. Actually.
Yeah, cobalt is actually a chemical element. Yeah. Where that they call it cobalt steel then.
Well, maybe it has with the color when it hardens, as you said.
Cobalt is a dull gray metal. So, but yeah, the coloration you get when you temper it steel to a certain temperatures.
Can make a kobold gladiator character called Cobalt Steel.
that you can. If he even knows, he might have heard the word somewhere.
No, it doesn't matter if he's heard about it or if it's even a real thing. It's just a cool name.
It's-
Tubes made of intestines.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sausage tubes. Okay.
So the axe and the skull is
Yep.
left.
There's a left, and if there's any particular adornments we want to put on this guy.
How about some facial tattoos?
For example.
So not a heart on his shoulder with mom in runes.
That is always an option. To be completely honest, I've tried to avoid that one thus far. Because it's like, yeah, maybe not yet. But maybe I should just do it and get it out of the way.
Not the right character. We have other characters where that might be more appropriate.
Man, parental love is always appropriate.
Sure, but is a tattoo like that actually parental love?
A heart with mom in it?
Yeah? Like,
Depends on how it's done, I would say.
I don't think you would put a heart with mom in it on your body if it wasn't because you loved your mother.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right
Let's
about
discuss
that.
it. Let's discuss it. What other reasons could there possibly be?
Like, I don't see hipsters doing it ironically.
Nope.
That is some nice leather.
Yeah, it's like cognac red. Like a deep cognac red. Mm, it's delicious.
But why would you think that someone would put mom on their body without liking their mother?
I'm very interested in this Riesling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
To me, sure, I wouldn't mind, but you know, something that isn't well done would feel more like an insult to her than it would be an expression of love. If I really wanted it to be an expression of love, I would have would have made it something really elaborate and really nice.
Uh,
Okay,
you're a
okay.
you're a you're a person of taste. That's what I got from that. Yeah. Okay. That is fair. Well, I guess from some people who well have shittier tastes, I was like, oh, this is good. I will mark my body with mom forever.
Oh yeah, that's a that ended up being a jet engine.
Rocket engine. It was a Bell engine, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
for maximum thrust or controlled thrust. I
Well,
am not a rocket scientist.
there aren't really that many other kinds of rocket engines that are physically possible.
I wouldn't even start to know. That's
You got the Nerva engine. Well,
What?
that is the Nerva, which is basically just put a bunch of nuclear reactors together and make them create propulsion.
oh
Yeah, but they need to inject matter or energy at the end. That would, a nozzle would help shape the energy a lot better.
I don't know. It's my cousin who's a rocket scientist.
yeah, I don't even have that. Oh, dang it.
Okay, maybe not a rocket scientist. They went what 1 or 2 years at Andøya.
Ah, yeah. Well, still more practical experience than we have, I think. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. All engines need to expel some matter to propel, except perhaps the LQBR drive.
Isn't NASA working on some kind of warp technology with microwaves?
I have no idea. No idea what it entails.
I think they were going to use microwave electrics or something, or microwave magnetism to as propulsion in space, cause the microwave photons or whatever still had a tiny bit of mass in them. So when they shut that out of the microwave, you would get a small acceleration, small continuous acceleration.
We're talking about ion propulsion.
Ion propulsion is definitely a thing.
That is definitely a thing. Starlink satellites use that, but that is still, but that
Yeah,
is not the same. I think that's not the
no,
thing Tor is talking about.
no. This sounds like one of the things that they discovered with one of the probes some years back. They had to continually course correct a probe because it kept going out of its trajectory, like
Uh huh.
very slightly. And they discovered it was because there was a light source on board the the probe that at all times was on, and the light, the force of the photons from the light, was affecting the direction it was going at because the photons were sent out and were actually hitting the side of the of the probe and skewing it ever so slightly off course.
Space, where weird shit happens.
Yeah, nah, space is great. I mean, who wouldn't want to die in space?
That's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, because the answer is everyone wants to die
Dying
in
in
space.
space would be not pleasant at all.
No, but you'd be dead, so eventually it's over.
Well, the process of being dead would be you would spend a few seconds with your blood boiling.
Yeah, and then you'd fall unconscious and then dead, and then you would have died in space. You know, your universe being your eternal graveyard, your biological matter never returned to Earth. I mean, It's horrifying, but it's epic.
Depend how close you are to the Earth might you might return if you're close enough. Just takes a very long time.
Well, sure, but imagine if you were in such a place that you knew that you would never return. That means you would be so far gone. That in itself would be an adventure.
Aim away from the sun and launch.
Like, completely different star system, other side of the galaxy, different galaxy. I don't even know. Just out there, experiencing things that we haven't never heard or seen or heard. I mean, maybe even imagined.
The laws of physics different than our own.
Then we'd have to go really far, but that would be so cool.
That is really weird, though. That somewhere out in space, our physics are not. They are not real anymore.
It's hard to imagine.
Really hard to imagine that they are not universal. Yeah, because that's more or less the basis of our entire science that they are universal.
Yeah, and I don't know if we can say for certain that there are areas in our own universe that are different in terms of relativistic laws and physics and quantum physics and all that.
Well, inside of black and white holes, there might be.
Yeah, there might be. Um,
It's hard to tell for certain. I'm not an astrophysicist.
yeah, I remember I once spending an entire night having a very heated discussion about general relativity. No, actually, it was actually extra special general relativity or something like that. We didn't know we were discussing it, but when one of us finally got pissed off enough and actually went to Google, we realized that what we were discussing were like one of the more outlandish parts of Albert Einstein's theories. And he had an answer for it, so that was like, oh, okay, good, someone's actually figured it out. But I think the thing that we were discussing at the time was if a fighter jet equipped with lasers was flying at the speed of light and then fired its lasers, would the lasers propel away from the fighter jet? Or would
Things
it?
get weird when you get up in those speeds.
That is pretty much my takeaway.
Flash Gordon is real.
Buck Rogers
Yeah, that
spinning
too.
spinning through space. Uh, I actually don't remember what it was. I think it was something about uh, basically light would never leave the barrel or something like that.
I think that's the answer because the acceleration from the speed the fighter jet is going would stop as soon as the light leaves the barrel of the laser.
I wish you were there at that discussion because that would be a excellent point to put in. Yeah, actually the force of the light would. Oh, 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 interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Wait, so if the force of the light will cause a deceleration of the aircraft, or let's call it a spacecraft in this case because it's traveling at the speed of light, and you could possibly do that in the atmosphere. Um, Maybe the force of the light being expelled would push the spacecraft backwards just enough for the light to escape over time.
I don't have the doctorate for this.
That is fine, buddy. Uh, Man, this is the kind of stuff that could keep me up at night before. I would use to ramble about all sorts of stuff pertaining to physics and relativity, scope and size of the universe, all sorts of stuff like that. And just before I sounded like I would come to some sort of profound conclusion, I would fall asleep. But let's all face it. At that point, it's a very tired madman's ramblings.
You'll be ready
Okay.
to write down the diagrams in the Necronomicon then.
Oh man, I wonder if I could understand the diagrams in Necronomicon.
After you lose enough sanity, yes. Oh, that's nice poisonous smoke.
Yeah, that was a nice poisonous smoke, and I regretted it, but now I regret it again because that was actually a good point.
We've forgotten to do one thing today.
What?
Remember, people, you can go to Tabletopia and play Evil 101 for
Oh,
free.
this is true.
Yes.
Yes.
Tombs Foundry's Evil 101. Play now for free at Tabletopia. Be the bad guy you know you can be.
And give the man the finger.
This be the last bit before any tattoos or ornaments.
Yeah, I think so.
We might actually complete him today.
That was the goal, so I'm glad that we actually got this far.
Sun bleached bone. Yeah, just put the same color around the horn as well, because that's probably the same fabric, isn't it? It was a question.
Yeah, that's better.
Just a bit of smoke on the right tube as
Yeah,
well.
problem with that one is it goes off screen.
Still should be a bit, I guess.
Yeah, it should be. Um, so I'll just cheat a little.
Perfect.
Now I can expand the entire picture and there will still be smoke trailing off. Now, okay, so we've gotten this far.
It's just the rust left now on the legs, and probably
Yeah,
the weapon.
thank you. I have forgotten about the rust.
And I think that's it. Like, can add a tattoo or five on him if we want, but that's not the important part.
It's not the important part now. Let's see, let's find a good verdigris-esque color. I think I got something there.
So, what is the longest game of Heroes of the Sealening that we have experienced?
Of all iterations, I think it is a game that Ara and I was playing, and it was running close to 7 hours at least.
Yeah, around that. It's a bit more than 7 hours, I think, or close to it.
Something like that. It was a very involved game.
Shortest, I think, was a bit more than half an hour.
Yeah, strangely enough. uh,
A game that's it's really um,
but average time
well
though is
dicey.
average time is about 2.5.
Yeah, but that's 7 hour game. That was when you guys were trying out a lot of new rules, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Well, we were not really trying out a lot of new rules, but we were um, definitely putting the rules to its paces. Because we both played pretty good and uh, sort of got to see how what worked and what didn't work. And so that game
Yeah,
pretty much ended up in one of the biggest rebalancing acts that we ever had.
yeah, yeah.
Because we really got to test out a lot of different concepts and figure out what worked, what could work better, uh, what can just be adjusted so that it will work even better.
Mm. I remember the half-hour game.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how fast that went by.
I can't really remember why it was so short. I know we played until the end.
Yeah, no, it was more or less the luck of the draw. Someone got like super great opportunities. I don't remember who won that one, but they got all the best opportunities and they got really good gear and all sorts of stuff like that. Just right off the bat.
So, sounds like Otta.
Yeah, it would sound like him. Either him or you, to be honest. You two have an uncanny tendency to know how to break your own games.
It's just trial and error.
Yeah, well, you're a pretty good player in general. The fact that you kept trying for like a year, just different builds, different ways to play the game, and you would end up the winner more often than not.
Uh, it's just as much the dice as the player, really.
I'm saying we have statistics here that sort of say that, yeah, this is a statistical anomaly if it's just if it's just random.
Now, but I like systems. I
You do,
really like systems.
you do,
And I like testing systems and see how far I can push it before it breaks.
yeah, pretty much a perfect
And
beta tester.
I do not believe that I that a game being broken means that it's not means that it's a bad game or it's an unfinished game. It just means that you're able to read the system and use it for what it's worth. Perfect balance in many games make them boring.
You have to have a challenge.
No, 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 but like there should be a possibility to create different kind of metas in a game based upon what kind of things work together and what doesn't work together. You should be able to maximize the probability of certain actions to be completed rather than failed.
True. By the way, um, I'm not sure about the green on the brass. Brass doesn't really get green that much. It more darkens.
Well, then it's copper.
Bronze gets green
Yeah,
or more
okay.
blue green actually.
It gets verdigris.
He just spent 5 minutes talking about how that was his favorite color.
There are also levels of
True.
how it goes. Um, for instance, if you get aged bronze, they can have a pretty dark green, like incredibly dark green. But yeah, copper definitely is more of the green type.
Yeah. So the more copper there is in the alloy, there should be more. The green would come out more.
But as for brass, that's a good point. So we'll darken those pieces a bit. Cool.
Is the joysticks in wooden or
Yeah, wooden.
okay?
wooden with I don't know, some light metal triggers. Not there's not as much joystick as there are just you know gun handles.
Gun handles and simply for him to hold on to.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this thing wouldn't work mechanically whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Uh, but he sort of controls the legs of the chair with his own feet.
It has fantasy AI.
Yes, basically, it's inside the cow's head or dragon head or whatever it might be.
It's called
Uh,
Spy Moo.
spy move, spy move. Okay.
I'm actually not sure he needs any kind of tattoos.
Nah, he really doesn't.
But there was one thing though earlier. Um, Staples.
Yes.
Should we darken them up?
I think they should be made of gold.
Gold.
That might not make too much of a contrast with his body.
How about various materials? I mean,
It could be one wound has one material and another has another.
should he have any other things? I don't know, like a single top knot, pigtails.
Yeah.
I think
Mutton
that's
chops?
fine. Mutton chops, maybe, or some kind of necklace, maybe.
Necklace.
Yeah, I could go for a necklace.
Necklace and mutton chops.
Thor's hammer, or some other symbol.
Um, the Norse version of a breaker symbol from an electrical diagram.
The fuck is that?
Nah, no mutton chops, just a necklace.
Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna try out some.
Oh yeah, shit, they could be platinum. That's fancier than gold.
Did they know of platinum at that time, or
Yeah,
could
I
they have known?
think they did.
Doesn't matter. I say they could.
Okay. Yes, sir. Also, should I? Oops. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, if he gets a necklace now, then he's blinged up enough.
Well, let's give him a necklace. Shall we? So what kind of necklace are we talking about here? Like a chain?
Yeah, big chains.
What kind of chain? Oh, right.
It was deathly silence for 5 minutes.
Was just wondering what we should put in the end, or if it just should be a chain.
Probably gonna gold this up, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So we have about 15 minutes left. I guess we.
I forgot to press to talk.
Yeah, it's getting late.
I was talking about why we wouldn't be seeing much of things like Thor's hammers and such
Oh
in this
man,
society.
man, he had a whole lore dump. Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, we got 15 minutes left. I got 15 minutes to talk.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
we won't see so much of like Norse religious symbology in this world.
Because the gods are antagonistic towards their people.
Not exactly. Like the reason is that when we got this decadent hedonistic society with the Norsemen, where they basically is like a ruling caste, and you got the rest of society basically doing most of the work. Uh, a lot of the old religious customs got thrown to the wayside, and instead there would be more like materialistic celebrations and parties. instead of the old blut and such.
Yeah, but sure, would the old symbology might be used just because they look pretty then,
Yeah, but
not in
there's
their
a,
original intention.
yeah, but there's a bigger chance that they would evolve into something else instead. And that's why I earlier told Gard, like, oh yeah, like a Norse version of a breaker symbol in an electrical drawing. In this society, I think a lot more technological symbols would be uh, that they would be much more important for this society because that is where all of their power is drawn from instead of you having the religious symbols like Huginamun and Mjolnir and so forth. And that would be like you would still have like the swirls and edges of the runes and carvings, but they would be a lot more technological in design. If you look at a like electrical plan drawing, uh, a lot of the symbols that signifies breakers and brakes and stuff in the electrical system have sort of a rune feeling to them in the way they are drawn out. And I believe that would be something that is more in tune with the society. Those chains look dope.
So I'm just gonna
They do.
try to find some reference. Let's see here. Whoops.
So, still, my question stands: should we have should he have just chain, or should we have some kind of thing hanging from it, symbol or something, some bling hanging from it?
A low voltage power circuit breaker would look pretty cool. Let me see if I can find. Sent you a picture that you can look at for reference. The middle one, I think, would be cool to make as a kind of Norse rune type symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just flip it 90 degrees.
Maybe.
Like this is a society where technology and materialism has taken over. I really like how that brush works in your program.
Oh man, imagine how I feel.
Ecstatic.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
It looks so horrible in his face.
It's starting to look really good.
Yeah. It's a really simple design, and it also at the same time kind of fits the Norse style in the way it is designed.
Yeah, it
Just
does.
simple lines, doot, 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 one or two bends.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a good pick, dude.
And you said we might have to start on a new one today.
Well, you never knew, but
Nah, nah, nah.
nah, it's perfect. Uh, 6 hour
And we,
drawing exactly.
yeah, and we might even have time for a bit of a wrap up.
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys can start to wrap up for all I care right now. I mean, I'm just gonna try to merge this bastard with his body a little bit.
All right, wrap up. Everybody go check out other Norwegian board game designers.
Yeah, there are a lot
Uh,
of us, and there's a lot of cool stuff.
yes. Um, Again, like last time, check out VOD. They have a beautiful, beautiful game. They're gonna hit Kickstarter again soon, I think.
They better.
Yeah. So look out for that.
Look at Block,
Yes, definitely look at Block. They are really cool.
and Game Forlag also has a few.
Game for Log has.
Game publishers, I think they call themselves in English.
Yeah. Two Starving Knolls. They are RPG developers here in Norway. Um, and check out Evil 101 on Tabletopia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come join us on our Discord. If people try to ask us anything there, we'll answer as quick as we can. We are not dangerous, more shy.
Very shy. You would not believe
And
how shy. Clickbait.
oh, extremely. And yeah, look at the piece Gard has made over 2 days.
Pretty much
That
exactly
Technically,
6 hours work, start to
yeah,
finish.
yes, it is fantastic. Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll be back in.
A couple of. I don't know if we will stream. If we might take a vacation next week, next time, or if
Yes,
we are streaming,
Yeah,
we might take next time off.
I think we're gonna
So
take next time off. So well,
next would be in a month, then 4 weeks.
yes, end of July.
Yeah, last week of July.
Then we'll be back with more streams.
Look at
And
that guy.
oh, he's wonderful.
that
He is.
is a horrible brainchild that we have fostered.
That is a horrible, horrible person, and I love him.
Ah, it's good to have this guy done, because I gotta admit that mechanical contraption of the chair and everything that I thought about was intimidating as hell. It's nice
You
just
pulled
to,
it off.
well, it's sort of, if you sort of decide that you're gonna do this thing on stream, you don't leave yourself any choice but to do it. So that's sort of how that works. So
Yeah.
like no pressure. Yeah, none whatsoever.
No, 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 no,
No.
no, no, no.
No, but this was fun. And next time when we come back, we're gonna see what our next chapter is gonna be. Whether we're gonna make another picture or we're gonna do some play tests.
Yeah.
Because anything's possible. But right now, we don't exactly know. As we said earlier this stream, we have absolute tons of characters and items and whatever that needs illustrations. So, this could go on for a very long time, relatively speaking. Um,
Some illustrations will have to be done outside of stream.
as they usually are.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs to be as detailed either.
Exactly, like
Cards,
this guy.
they're not really that big on the cards.
Nah, it's some things, some characters that are slightly cooler or could be cooler than others uh, deserve a little bit more attention. Like um, this guy, 6 hours. This
That
guy,
guy.
about 1 to 1.5. So it ranges.
People are still gonna be shocked.
Yeah, probably. But it's easy when it's simple characters and stuff. So
Yeah. But yeah.
We should follow us on social media. You see it in the middle, at the bottom of your screen.
yes, you do.
Facebook and sometimes Instagram would be where we announce streams.
Discord as well.
Discord as well. Discord is more coming into more direct contact with us.
Definitely, we spend all our time there. It's our
Yeah.
office.
It's our office. We actually use our Discord server as our office. So in office hours, we are actually on Discord at all times. So if you want to talk to us, come to our Discord and ping us.
Yes, that will freak out for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back to you. As we're
More or
wont to do.
less.
Yeah. So definitely hit us up. Check out all our places to all our social media channels. This will be posted as a VOD on YouTube eventually, along with all the other VODs that we have created since we began Twitch streaming. Uh,
Yes.
Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of content that we never actually got to record.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
have a lot, and we have planned quite a few content as well that we haven't really gotten to record.
Yeah, but
Or we have
this,
recordings of a few recordings that we never actually edited and published.
well, more like the latter. Um, some of them, well, actually, no, no. When I think about it, yeah, you're completely right. Oh well, you know, they were just silly jokes for the most part. It's not that, it's nothing
Nah.
important. Um, but we're doing this, getting our games ready for you to play with and have fun with. And so, I
Have a
guess
nice
it's,
summer.
yeah, have a great summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna go and acclimatize to this new weather we're having, and hopefully start feeling human again.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
gonna, it's, and then we tomorrow rain will start falling like hell from heaven.
Uh, I'll look
It's
forward to
That's
gonna
that.
be
that's more or less
fine.
business like usual around here.
Yeah, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be summer rain.
Yes, it's gonna
Yes,
be warm and heavy.
yes, it is. So that is enough from us, and we should leave you now. And
Bye bye.
hope you'll tune in again.
Bye.
Bye.